Well, hello there, Cancer. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I want to thank you for being here and also welcome those who are new. I'm going to program the cards for you, and we will look at our February overview. This is all about February, which will be covering January 29th through February 25th. At the end of this video, we will be covering the first week of February, being January 29th through February 4th. So let us program these cards for you, Cancer, and then we will lay them out. All right, so we've pre-programmed these cards. That's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and program these cards for going deep on the first week in February. This is the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. I really like it. It has all these really neat animals, and they have lots of good juju and energy they want to share. So I'm going to let that happen. Just trying something new. It's going to be great. And I'll get these programmed for you. Asking my better angels and guides. Talk to me about Cancer. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. They'll be ready to go. Now we're going to have 4 weeks, so we're going to be having 4 columns of cards. I'm going to go ahead and lay these out. All the cards face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. There are no bad cards in the deck, of course. They're only lessons, so we'll talk about them when they show up. Excellent. So I'll set these aside and let's get into it. We have the first week of February being January 29th through February 4th. We have the Lovers card right here. Is talking about our relationships, the ones that you're in, and this could be romantic relationships or just relationships at work, partnerships, people that you are around on a regular basis who you're interacting with regularly. Okay, so this is not necessarily a love relationship, but it's definitely somebody who's like a partner in life, partner in crime, partner at work, partner, you know, that stuff. Okay, this person is playing a part this week, and you're gonna have some interactions with this person. Of course, it's a weekly project. It's what you do. The Knight of Wands is here, talking about how the area where you're blocked is the Knight of Wands. You're going to need to be fighting for your ideas because nobody's going for it. So whatever your ideas are being put on the back burner or told, no, that's not important. So just sort of know that and understand that, appreciate that fact, know that. If you know that in advance, you may not have to get into an argument with your partner, right? And your solution is the Hermit, which is telling me that you can just go back to your corner and whoops, pardon me, and let that be okay. So you don't have to get in a big, huge argument or cause a big scene. It's just not going to go your way, and that's okay. And maybe what this isn't that important, and you can just take a step back. We'll find more out at the end of this video, but I want you to, now let's think about the 5th through the 11th of February, all right? This feels like you have an opportunity not to make a fight simply by cocooning a little bit, letting it go, right? Don't be so involved in trying to make it be your way, all right? So now we have the 5th through the 11th. We have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is very simply talking about the taking back control in some area of your life. There's going to be you needing to reclaim your responsibility for something, okay? So allow that to be an issue where you maybe very gently let somebody, because see, we get into lots more trouble when we start telling people you suck. I'm gonna do this now because you suck. So we don't want to do that. What we do want to do is say, hey, I have a little bit more time in my space, in my schedule, and I'm happy to take this on. Please let me help you, and let me take this responsibility back. My schedule has cleared up. Thank you. That's a really nice way of saying the same thing without saying you botched it and I'm pissed. Okay, because we don't want to go and feed into that energy. All right, excellent. The 5 of Pentacles is here, and it's saying that, yeah, no, you want to be around you need more information about your finances, and you're going to need to step outside of yourself to get that. What you have already isn't enough information. This is about you getting around other people and experiencing other things, and appreciating more information, like from an advisor, somebody you appreciate who if you ask for money advice from anybody, it should be somebody you already know who does money really, really well, or otherwise, right? You're not going to ask just a schmo on a corner. Don't ask your brother, don't ask your sister, just go to somebody who's a professional, all right? That way you can get good information, because right here it says this is the area where you're blocked. You're probably getting unsolicited advice financially. Great, wonderful. People giving you advice for free that's blocking you. So be careful with it, all right? Sorry we have to go around the tree sometimes to get to the part that's important. But there you go. The 5 of Wands. You have all 5s. These are all 5s. All 3 of them are 5s. Swords, Pentacles, and Wands. What? Huh. Interesting. Always having to do with other people. Whether it's getting together with them and sharing your ideas, because that's the goal here. The 5 of Wands is you sharing your ideas with others, so that they have a better idea what's going on. So once you've taken back your responsibility from somebody else, you're going to share the new idea about how to handle the situation, and it's going to go over much better, or everybody will agree this is a good plan and we'll get on with it. But once again, be careful about unsolicited advice financially this week, and that's going to be a good idea. We'll get in more information about this in a little while, but that's kind of nifty. I hadn't seen that right away, that it was all 5s, but there you go. Alrighty then. Now, the following week, the 12th through the 18th of February, we are looking at the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is here to say, hey, you're going to be getting some news about something you care about, something you really appreciate and love, and that's really good stuff. You're excited about it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to invigorate you in a new way. I love that. So now you're invigorated, right? And of course the star shows up over here to say, oh yeah, this is the hardest work about this is not over yet. It's blocking you. The star is blocking you, so it operates in reverse. And that means that you have more work to do to work on this new thing that you care about very much. You indeed have more work to do. So do pay attention to the issues at hand at this point, all right? Make sure that you're clear about what's going on and where you want to go, so you can shoot the arrow in the right direction and maybe hit your target. It's a good thing. Goals are good. This here's your solution, and it's the 7 of Swords, which means that you can no longer count on anyone else to to take your information where you want it to go or get it going where you want it to go. You can't count on anybody else for that. You got to do it yourself, okay? So claim that information, claim that need and that want, and apply yourself to what you want, okay? You don't have to do it by hurting others. You can do it very simply and concisely. I really want for over this week that you work that karma out there and you get some good stuff going on for yourself so that, hey, while you're taking things in hand, you don't have to push people down to get there, okay? So yeah, you can let people have a certain amount of control over their own stuff. Certainly, you don't have to control their stuff, but definitely take care of your stuff, okay? Cool. Perfect. So the final week of February, we are looking at the 19th through the 25th, and I have the 10 of Wands, which is showing me that you have some wanderlust coming into play. You want to take your ideas and go out into the universe and do what you want to do. This is not unheard of, especially for you, but it's interesting and exciting sometimes to understand and comprehend that truth. Be aware that yes, you're wanting to take your ideas and just share them outside. Be aware of that. Allow that to be what it is. Accept the challenge maybe of doing that. We have the Two of Cups here as what's blocking you. So we have that partnership. That partnership, we started with a partnership up here that was at issue, and you were doing stuff and taking care of business, maybe doing it on your own or staying out of it so that person could do what they needed to do. Here they are blocking you from doing what you want to do. So it's interesting how you're going to take your ideas and go, and your partner doesn't want you to do that. So that's interesting. You're going to have somebody that cares about you saying, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Hopefully they'll do it in an appropriate sort of way so that you won't lash out inappropriately. But the answer is they're going to have their say. What I'm getting is that you will have somebody who cares about you, who wants to have their say. They will indeed have their say, and then they'll let you go. They're going to let you do what you need to do. This is the Six of Wands right here. You taking your ideas and sharing them with the universe, leading yourself to victory, right? So you're going to have an opportunity to go out and be successful in what you want to do, but it will be a funny thing getting their support, okay? They will eventually support you, but not right away. You'll have to talk it through, all right? So you're going to come out big and say, I want to do this. And they're going to go, interesting, huh? You know, to sit down, have a cup of tea, and understand why they're upset about it, and why why did you tell me this before? And finally, okay, I can see what's going on here. And yeah, you might have to make a convincing argument. So I wish you luck with that. And I'm going to go ahead and set these cards aside so that we can go deep on this first week in February, January 29th through February 4th, with these fantastical new cards from Ted Andrews. They're not new, they're just new to you for the sake of doing readings, right? But they are here, and they've been out for quite some time, I think. And here we go. So, we were talking about the lovers, your partner in crime, your partner at work, your partner in life, somebody that you are around on a regular basis, who you share a lot of time with. Doesn't have to be a relationship in that kind of way, but it's a definite relationship in the ordinary sort of sense. We have the other two cards we got are Nine of Cups, Ladybug, Wishes Fulfilled. It's a really nice card, Wishes Fulfilled. And it's talking about how, things are going well. You are having a lot of success within this relationship. Interesting, right? So, and we have the Two of Swords, the Blue Jay, proper choice and use of power. Proper choice and use of power. So we want you to get what you want, but we also want you to not push so hard that we had talked about the Hermit, right? So the Hermit's there saying that you can, like the Knight of Wands, pushing for your own goals and your own ideas may not be the greatest answer for this, but it's proper choice and use of power. Be careful how you use your power. The Page of Pentacles is here, the Deer. The Deer is here talking about the lure of new pursuits. You are feeling a need to get out and do something different. You are thinking or you're just thinking about something else you want to do at the same time as what you're already doing. So the Deer is here talking to you about distractions, and maybe that's a good thing for you to go be distracted while you're doing your Hermit thing, right? You can go on Google and do your little projects and figure out what you're into and what's going on. The Five of Swords is here, Goose. Heed the call of the quest. Heed the call of the quest. So these distractions are blocking you. Of course, they're all in the area of things blocking you. And we were talking about how your solution was to go be by yourself anyway. So if you want to play online and be curious and read up on things and get educated about what you're interested in, totally cool. Doing those things, I think, is fine. I really am interested in these critters that we have here. The ladybug. There's never been a person who didn't take a wish on a ladybug, am I right? So you do that, and you have the blue jay, who is a very loud bird, a little bit territorial, and quite intense in their own right, and they're always taking other people's food. So they're interesting in that right. These are simple observances. These are not, I read a book on that, so don't take me that way. And what I like about the deer is that they're curious, they're quiet, they just do their own thing quietly. Nobody needs to be around them, and then they'll split real fast. If they get distracted, they'll split real fast. And who hasn't run into a goose and had them honk at you? Oh my Lord. It will scare you out of your wits for not paying attention. I really just see that there's an opportunity for you to be very distracted from what's going on over here with your wishes fulfilled, with the lovers, with your partner. And because you're not going to get your way anyhow, it's important for you not to overstep with your partner and put yourself in a position of causing a distraction within the relationship. So I think all of this will be stuff you do underneath. You do it like down low where nobody else has to worry about it right now. There'll be time for you to share those things, just not yet, okay? And the Hermit is you being quiet, being chill, being on your own and appreciating that moment of not needing to be all up in everybody's business or otherwise have them up in yours, all right? So now we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is here saying that, you know what? It's the ant working for the greater good. You're just going to do the basics that are out there in front of you and doing what's right there, because it's good. You can do what's in front of you and help the team get to where they're going without having to make it a big deal or have a big issue. You can work towards the goal without it being your first thing, and you can just sort of withdraw from playing with the steering wheel, right? So you don't have to be the one driving the boat. That's it. The Four of Pentacles is here. The Badger, self-reliance and practical pursuit. So self-reliance and practical pursuit. The Badger. He's a cool dude. And I want you to know that with the Badger here, you're taking these things and you're working through them underneath in your silence over here as a hermit, right? And you're going to be able to rely on yourself. This is what you're shooting for, is to be able to be self-reliant. I really like that for you, because it's part of what will make you feel comfortable in the world. But for the most part, you're just going to plod along, and those things are all happening underneath. Those are your undercurrents underneath. While, of course, the Eight of Cups is you working as a team, doing part of whatever's got to be done, and taking care of things as it comes. And that's good. Perfect. Doing what needs to be done. All good. So, and that's what we have right now for the first week of February, January 29th through the 4th. And we will talk next about February 5th through the 11th. Thank you, Cancer.